Sometimes a Mercedes comes into the workshop for key programming, and everything looks routine at first. The car powers up, the diagnostic tool connects normally, and you're ready to start the Immobilizer procedure. But then something strange happens. The programming option refuses to proceed, or the tool suddenly says the system is not supported. In many cases, the issue is not the tool or the vehicle. The real problem is that the Immobilizer generation was never identified correctly before starting the job. And with modern Mercedes vehicles, knowing whether the system is FBS3 or FBS4 can make the difference between a smooth key programming session and a completely blocked procedure. Welcome back to Baabji Motors. This is Hussein, and on this channel we focus on real workshop diagnostics, programming tools, and practical techniques technicians can actually use in the field. Before going deeper into the process, a quick and honest disclaimer. This discussion is shared strictly for educational and informational purposes, so technicians, learners, and automotive enthusiasts can better understand how modern immobilizer systems work. Vehicle manufacturers design security systems for theft protection, and anyone working on these vehicles should always follow manufacturer guidelines and local laws. The goal here is to improve technical understanding, not bypass security procedures. Now, here's the key question I want you to think about while watching this explanation. Why is it so important to identify whether a Mercedes uses FBS3 or FBS4 before even attempting key programming with tools like Autel IM508 or IM608? Stay with me until the end, because the answer is not just about compatibility. It actually explains why some vehicles cannot be programmed at all with certain tools. Let's start with the basics. Mercedes uses different generations of immobilizer systems, and two of the most commonly encountered ones in workshops are FBS3 and FBS4. The term FBS stands for the German phrase Fahrberechtigung system, which essentially refers to the vehicle's electronic authorization system. In simpler terms, it is the digital security layer that confirms whether the key being used is authorized to start the vehicle. FBS3 was widely used across Mercedes models for many years and is considered the third generation of the system. It is found in a large number of vehicles built roughly between the mid-2000 era and the late 2010s. Because it's been around longer, many professional diagnostic tools have developed strong support for it. That means technicians can often perform operations like key learning, module replacement adaptation, and other immobilizer-related tasks using advanced aftermarket programmers. FBS4, however, is a very different story. This newer generation immobilizer system was introduced as Mercedes continued strengthening vehicle security. FBS4 adds much stronger encryption, more complex authentication procedures, and tighter communication between modules like the electronic steering lock, engine control unit, and the key itself. Because of that stronger security architecture, most aftermarket tools still have limited or no support for many FBS4 operations. In practical workshop terms, that means if the vehicle uses FBS4 and your tool does not support it, the programming attempt will fail before it even begins. That's why identifying the immobilizer generation first is absolutely critical. Instead of jumping straight into key programming, a smart technician always verifies the system type before starting the procedure. The good news is that tools like Autel IM508 and IM608 make this identification process relatively straightforward when used correctly. The process starts with connecting the diagnostic tool to the vehicle. Plug the auto interface into the vehicle's OBD port and power on the device. Once communication is established, the tool will begin interacting with the vehicle's onboard systems. From the main menu of the auto tablet, you enter the Immobilizer Functions section, often labeled simply as IMMO. Inside this menu, you select Mercedes-Benz from a manufacturer list. This section is designed specifically for security-related functions, including key learning, module replacement, and immobilizer diagnostics. Here's where many technicians make a mistake. Instead of selecting the key programming function immediately, the correct approach is to first identify the vehicle using its VIN. The auto software usually provides an option called automatic selection or VIN detection. Choosing this option allows the tool to analyze the vehicle based on its 17-character vehicle identification number. The tool will then prompt you to enter the VIN manually if it cannot read it automatically. This 17-character code contains a huge amount of information about the vehicle, including its manufacturer, model platform, production details, and sometimes even hints about the immobilizer generation. After entering the VIN and confirming the input, the auto software begins analyzing the vehicle data. Within a few seconds, it returns one of two possible results. In the first scenario, the tool identifies a vehicle as using the FBS3 immobilizer system. When this appears on the screen, it means the car belongs to the third-generation authorization system. In many cases, the software will also display the chassis platform or system category that confirms the identification. When you see FBS3 detected, that usually means a technician can proceed with supported Immobilizer operations, including key programming, depending on the specific model and year. In the second scenario, the screen indicates that the vehicle uses the FBS4 system. When this happens, the tool may display a warning message stating that the model is currently not supported for FBS4 operations. This is a critical piece of information because it immediately tells a technician that attempting key programming with the current tool will not work. This doesn't necessarily mean the vehicle cannot be programmed at all. It simply means a particular tool or software version does not support that Immobilizer generation. In many cases, dealership-level systems or specialized equipment may be required instead. This simple VIN-based detection step can save a massive amount of time in the workshop. Imagine spending an hour preparing for a key programming job only to discover the Immobilizer generation is unsupported. By checking the system type first, you avoid unnecessary disassembly, wasted diagnostic time, and frustration. Another reason this step matters is that some Mercedes models change Immobilizer generations during different production years. Two vehicles that look identical externally may actually use completely different security architectures internally. Without verifying through VIN analysis or system detection, it is very easy to assume the wrong system. That's why experienced technicians treat Immobilizer identification as the very first diagnostic step before touching key programming functions. It is not just about following procedure. It is about understanding the security structure of the vehicle. Here on Baabji Motors, we constantly emphasize this kind of practical workflow thinking. Tools are important, but the technician's approach and understanding are even more important. When you combine the right diagnostic process with the right equipment, the chances of success increase dramatically. So let's come back to the question we asked earlier. Why is it so important to identify whether Mercedes uses FBS3 or FBS4 before attempting key programming? The answer is simple but powerful, because the Immobilizer generation determines whether your tool can even communicate with the vehicle's security system. If the car uses FBS3, many advanced diagnostic tools can perform key programming and related functions. But if the vehicle uses FBS4 and the tool does not support it, the procedure cannot proceed at all, no matter how many times you try. In other words, the identification step prevents wasted time and ensures you approach the job with the correct expectations and equipment. Personally, I believe this small diagnostic habit separates experienced technicians from beginners. Instead of jumping straight into programming procedures, taking a few minutes to confirm the Immobilizer architecture can save hours of trial and error later. Now, I'd really like to hear from you. Have you ever encountered a Mercedes where the Immobilizer system turned out to be different than you expected? And if you work with tools like Autel, what has your experience been when dealing with FBS3 versus FBS4 vehicles? Drop your thoughts and experiences in the comments, because real workshop stories help everyone learn. Before we wrap up, here's a quick practical tip that many technicians overlook. Even when a tool initially reports that a vehicle uses FBS3, always make sure the diagnostic software and firmware on your device are fully updated. Manufacturers constantly release new database updates that expand model coverage and improve Immobilizer detection accuracy. Sometimes an update can change whether a vehicle becomes supported. If you found this explanation useful, let's try to reach a small community goal of 1,000 likes and 100 comments on this video. Sharing your experiences in the comments really helps other technicians who maybe deal with the same problems in their workshops. And if you enjoy detailed diagnostic discussions like this, consider subscribing to Baabji Motors. Right now, only a small percentage of viewers watching these videos are actually subscribed to the channel. Subscribing helps the channel grow, helps it reach the #1 spot for real-world automotive diagnostics content, and allows me to keep investing time into creating these in-depth explanations. Researching tools, testing procedures, and breaking down complex systems takes a lot of effort, and your likes, shares, and subscriptions directly support that work. Also, check the description area because the diagnostic tools used in videos are often listed there, and if affiliate links are available, they help support the channel while allowing you to access the same equipment used in the demonstrations. If this topic helped you understand Mercedes Immobilizer systems a little better, share the video with another technician who might benefit from it. Thanks again for spending your time here with Baabji Motors. And until next time, keep learning, keep improving your diagnostic skills, and happy diagnosing.